Howdy folks, got another Clean Water Systems instructional video. Today we're going to talk about replacing the injectors. This is a common enough thing to have to do every once in a while for green sand systems and also occasionally on softener systems. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut the water off, so when you come up to your valve and your red handles, your bypass valve assembly, and you're in the service position, you got water coming in and your water going out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to close both of the handles. Now, what you're going to want to do is refer to the instructions in the manual. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to start a backwash. When you start the backwash and it gets into the backwash position, that is effectively going to open your drain line. And now the system isn't under pressure. You don't have to worry about there being pressured water. You've cut the supply of water off and you've opened up a door so the water in the tank isn't under pressure. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take the two screws off. That's all we have to do is take these two screws off. They're located right underneath your brine tubing. This is your fitting, and you're normally going to have your tubing coming over to your pot perm tank for your green sand or your salt tank for your softener. So the first thing we're going to do is remove these two screws. They accept both flathead and Phillips screwdriver, and then I'm using a 8mm wrench also to pull them off. We're going to get them loosened. Very important is the funny oval-shaped O-ring with the ring going across the top. The piece going across the top goes to the top, and that's where it's going to go back. We're going to set that aside for a second. What we're looking at here is the screen and the injector as they are installed, and I'm going to go ahead and show you a brand new shiny clean screen. Very often, anytime you're going to get in here, go ahead and take a pair of needle nose and pull your screen out and wash it off and clean it. You put it in vinegar for an hour or two, it'll get any of the rust stain off of it, and keep your screen. You're going to put that back in later. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the injector. Your injector may or may not have this little black piece on it. As far as it goes, some do, some don't. So if you don't have one on there, don't worry about it. The ones we're using today for the demonstration obviously do have them. You need a small flathead screwdriver. You'll notice there is a ridge right there that the flathead screwdriver will fit into a little bit. And I'm going to just pry it and get it started. The only thing that's holding it in there is the rubber of the O-rings. Once you get it popped out from that first O-ring, you can grab the injector out. When you grab the injector out and it's all gunky looking, you're going to take it and you're either going to put it in white vinegar, which is a weak acid, or you can put a couple of tablespoons of bleach in some water and then put it in there and let it cook for a while. A lot of times they can be cleaned and reused once. They generally, after the second, third time, you're probably just going to want to install a brand new injector. But at any rate, whether or not you clean this one or you use a new one, when you go to put it back in, you want to try to get a little bit of non-petroleum based, no petroleum based silicone lubricant, and put a little bit of lube on your O-rings and then put it back in. You'll still be able to perceive the orientation of which side goes in first if the little black plastic piece isn't on yours. And remember that you took it out of the top. You're going to put it back in the top and just push it in. That's all. You're done. And then you're going to put your screen back in. It only fits in one way. No, it fits in two ways. That's the wrong way. Put the screen back in. All right, now we're ready to put our O-ring back on. Set your O-ring there. Usually your O-ring has enough lube left on it that it'll just tack into place. And get it there. And again, there's sort of a top and a bottom here. This is actually the bottom part right there. It's going to go in that hole there. And so then you'll hold it and get your screws started. Okay, maybe not. There we go. Got one? Nope. Try again, folks. There we go. I'm not looking. There we go. Get the one started. Get the other one in there. Get the other one started. You don't need to over tighten. Don't crank on it too hard. Get it all back together. Now, remember, you're still in the backwash position when you started this thing, and the backwash has probably been counting down. You can go back forward and press the set change button, and it'll skip to the next cycle. It'll get back out of the backwash and back into the regular service position. Go ahead and do that first, and then go ahead and open a little bit your inlet side valve, and when it pressurizes, you'll find out if that rubber O-ring, if you pinched it or anything, you'll start getting drips. Take your screws back out and mess with the O-ring a little bit and put it back in. Shouldn't be too hard to get it back in, free and drip tight. Then go ahead and open up both your valves again, and you're done. You have changed the injector in a 5900 valve. Thank you very much.